Well, the young man who has won some bets in our other fight, Clarence Bones Adams, a 20-year-old who very nearly won a world title against Orlando Canizales, will have a tough matchup tonight, but he's a man who is a comer, according to boxing people.
Here he is, Clarence.
Grizzled veteran Clarence Bones Adams is all of 20 years old, but he's been in some major tests. One was a loss to Frank Toledo, in which a shoulder injury played a role. Now that he's healed, Bones has seized 4 straight wins, including this victory over Tommy Parks. Boxing Insiders look for this talented technician to blossom. Now, he's got world champion trainer Jesse Reed in his corner, and Reed will help his style blossom.
Hopefully I get to work on everything and get, I really don't know too much about him. I just know he's a good fighter, and they told me that it'd be a good test for, check, see my weight and everything, so we'll see how everything goes.
Well, Bones Adams will come in here as the handicapper's favorite, but Santana could be a dangerous little underdog, comes in there. He believes in front of the hometown crowd he will put up a big performance tonight. That's what he will look for, so Santana hoping the crowd gives him a big edge tonight.
All right, will it be Edwin, Santana, or Bones Adams? Who knows? These are the rules they will fight under. No 3 knockdown rule. There's no standing 8. The doctor may stop the fight. Now, there's a 20-point must system, different than you're used to, but only in our first bout, not in the USBA title. 3 judges will score the fight, and the fighter may be saved by the bell in any round. So, we have taken care of all the business. All that's left is to go up to Michael Buffer to introduce our fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Sports Club here at Rockingham Park in Salem, New Hampshire, where tonight it's Top-Ranked Boxing on ESPN, brought to you in association with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. All the bouts you see tonight will be sanctioned by the New Hampshire Boxing Commission. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started with a 10-round bout. This is in the featherweight division. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Bobby Rivard. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 124, wearing purple with black trim, he comes to us from Lawrence, Massachusetts. His record, 16-0-2 with 4 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Lightning, Edwin Santana. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the green with gold trim, weighing 125 pounds, from Carmi, Illinois. His professional record an outstanding 130 victories, 16 KOs, against only 3 defeats with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Clarence Head Bones Adams.
You fellas know the rules of the New Hampshire Boxing State Commission, okay? We're not going to have any holding, no hitting, okay? In the event of a clinch, okay? I don't want no wrestling, okay? And I don't watch your heads. Watch your heads in the clinch, okay, fellas? When I tell you to stop punching, step back, okay? Good luck, fellas. Shake hands.
You don't need to be a psychic to figure out the crowd is in that man's corner. Edwin Santana comes in here off a 10-round win over Dan Mason. And in the other corner, Clarence Bones Adams, who also won in 10 against Izagani Pumar. And this is a matchup in which the Santana people are putting their fighter in against definitely the toughest man he has faced so far.
They are trying to compensate with that for the home field advantage. Santana said, I've got a lot of abnormal friends.
I love that line. I guess that means they get fired up at a boxing match, huh?
Wild, and you'll hear some screams every time he throws something. And whether that's enough to offset the ability that Bones Adams comes in here, we will see.
There's a good example. Adams lands, Santana doesn't, but the crowd gets wild. Dave chronicled it in the piece on Bones Adams, but a few fights ago against Frankie Toledo back in 1993, he hurt his shoulder, ended up losing the fight because of that. Bones Adams has recovered very well, though, since then, and you won't see any signs in his left hand how he throws the hook or anything because of that.
20 years old, he's already fought for a world title, has a nice winning streak here, a world champion trainer in Jesse Reed. So for him, it's time to step up now to the next level.
Warning to Santana for hitting low. Nice right hand by Adams. Again, the right by Bones Adams, using the jab as the rangefinder. I'll tell you what, I don't think we could have a more exciting night of boxing than we did last week in Chester, West Virginia. But if we come even close, I'll be happy.
The elements are here for that. A fantastic card, and the enthusiasm pouring out of the crowd last week was pretty impressive.
And we were in a racetrack, and today we're also at a racetrack, so let's see if all the analogies hold true.
Bones Adams landing some strong right hands early in this fight. We'll look for him to keep going back there, and he does. He shows his class there, his world-class ability in going right for the opening that was presented early.
Well, we have seen Adams box a lot. Jesse Reed told us today, we're working on having him set down on his punches and still use his angles, but get power in his shots. So far, it would appear they're able to do that.
Yeah. He wants to get the movement, but not quite as much. And maybe in smaller circles, keep himself in punching position. And some strong right hands landing already in this fight.
Santana is finding out what so many other Adams opponents have found out, and I'm just reminded of it as we're watching him. He is an outstanding defensive fighter.
The jab is always out there. He moves. He brings the jab back. The subtle head movement of Bones Adams has been one of the keys to his defensive strength.
Santana really having a hard time honing in here.
And that will force him to lunge and gamble with that left hand if that continues, which will leave him open for the counter right.
So round one, a good one for Bones Adams. Edwin Santana would like to settle things down and see if he can come out and give his home crowd something to cheer about.
Bones Adams exploits an opening early, and strong right hand gets in.
We head into round two. This one is scheduled for 10. Bones Adams, Clarence is his given name, in the green trunks. And in the purple is Edwin Santana, a young man from Lawrence, Massachusetts, nearby here. With lots of folks in the crowd rooting for him. Santana came in 16-0-2. Bones Adams 33-1 with 16 KOs.
You're talking about the fine defensive work of Bones Adams. Watch when he jabs. His right hand will not move from his chin. Many fighters, when they jab, they drop their right hand, trying to get a little bit more into their jab, and they leave themselves open. But that right hand is glued to his chin when Bones Adams jabs.
Adams did fight for the IBF title against Orlando Canizales, the bantamweight title, I believe, was it not?
Way back at 118.
In 1993, he's now fighting as a featherweight. He lost in the 11th round to Canizales, who, especially at that time, was arguably one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. There is another warning to Santana for hitting low.
And the work of Adams has to be credited in making those shots go low, because he's making Santana gamble to get to him.
Bob Rivard, the referee, and I admire him for doing that, even though he knows Santana is the fighter that everyone came here to see. Good right hand by Edwin Santana.
And he got his right hand in off the move and off the jab.
Santana's a good counter-puncher, but has not had a chance to do that as much as he would like against Adams because of some of the defensive points that they've made.
You won't see Bones Adams get too rattled in a fight. He'll be there, he'll jab, he'll move, usually do what he has to.
Santana getting more aggressive, not necessarily landing more. There he walked into a jab by Adams.
And you see the outline of this fight. Bones Adams will try to win with technique, and Santana will try to win with emotion.
Santana missing with the left hook. Santana was frank with us. He said, I know this is the biggest fight I've had as a pro. I know I'm stepping up, but I feel like I can do it. Good right hand by Adams. A very precise performance, excuse the alliteration, by Clarence Adams so far. You've excused my alliteration before, though, haven't you?
They're cool. Alliterations a few times a night. You can take that.
That's a device we can use sparingly. Good right hand by Adams. He is ripping Edwin Santana on the inside.
And that's a punch that looks like it will be here for him the entire fight.
So round two went much like round one, much to the chagrin of Edwin Santana. We'll be back.
Maybe.
Bones Adams has made the right hand the weapon of choice early in this bout. Another good example of it there, the left hook just behind him.
We head into round 3. This is a 10-rounder. Featherweights, Bones Adams in the green, Edwin Santana is in the purple. And so far, over the first 2 rounds, it has been mostly Adams doing the damage, especially with his right hand.
And wild shot there as Santana tries to turn it into a slugfest.
Boy, look at the, right there, Bones Adams did something few fighters can do. He turned that jab into a hook on a moment's notice.
And then he got right out of the way so he did not get hit with a counter.
Nice hook by Santana. That's a punch he's been trying to get in.
Good work there by Adams. A little bit of an edge in round 2. Santana closing the gap, making it close. Bones Adams is a study in balance. When you watch how he's always back in position after he fires a shot. Little head movement after he threw his jab, and that way he was able to avoid a hook.